Welcome to Thomas Balch Library. My name is Christiansen, and I'm here today to share some examples from our archives of homework. So the school year has started, kids and teachers are back in the classroom, and that homework grind has started again. We thought we'd share some of the homework that our archives ate. So what am I talking about when I'm talking about homework? We have a lot of educational materials that students created that later just ended up in papers and came to us. So the oldest example that I have is this notebook. So this is Thomas Williams' mathematics copybook, and it dates from 1811. So what's a mathematics copybook? If we open it up and flip through, we can see that Thomas was learning to do multiplication and division, avoirdupois, which involves calculating weights. He's doing things that involve cloth measures, stuff he might use in business later. At this time, education for mathematics and all sorts of things involved copying. So he would have just copied out the textbook, or actually his teacher would have written the text on a board and he would have then copied that. And what he was learning was not only the mathematical procedures and theories, but also how to do handwriting. So we can see the very nice headings and then his kind of less nice handwriting on some of the word problems. This can also give us a lot of peeks into daily life at this time. One thing I find really interesting about this is that he's including both money problems in pounds and in dollars, because the American monetary system was sort of ironing out at this time. We also can learn just about the handwriting and all sorts of things. So it's kind of cool. Another example that we have that's from a good bit later, so early 20th century, are Margaret Fishburne Welburn's Oldfield school notebooks. So Margaret Fishburne was a local Loudoun County resident, but she went to a private school. And at that school, she learned a lot of great things, art history. She has a book of quotations, and we have here her history notes. And we can see that although this is a lot later than Thomas's notebook, she's still doing some similar things. So part of her practice involves copying out historical charts with dates so she can remember the eras that were happening, the chronology of history. We also can see how her handwriting is very different, but it's also way neater than mine. We do have work from some younger students that is maybe less advanced. I love this little notebook. It belonged to Francis Carr. We can see they've taken a composition notebook like Margaret's and they've made it their own with some amazing cover there, some elaborate titling. And then we can see that they're practicing their letters. So this is a young student who is writing out rhymes, which would help them learn about spelling and word order, and also would help them remember things. They've done some exciting collage work in here, which is kind of fun to see what they clipped out of magazines, and also some elaborate illustrations. I think this is the cherry tree that George Washington allegedly chopped down. Bow Bow Black Sheep is a poem we may know. So it's kind of fun to see this very early students' work and how they were kind of relating to the world, what's similar now and what's different. Other things we have, spelling list. So spelling was something that was done in the classroom not only for learning how to spell, but also people would have spelling contests for entertainment, which we still kind of do today. There's some words on this list that I cannot spell, so I'm not going to try. These are all I words. But if you want to come by and tell me how to spell innocuous without looking, I'll be very impressed. Finally, we do have work from more current students. One collection that showcases this are the Loudoun County Public Schools Social Sciences Fair collection. So the Social Sciences Fair featured students doing research about social science and history topics. And we have the winners from several years. For instance, from 2011, here is a project that talked about what was segregation like in Loudoun County, Virginia between 1920 and 1969, where the student went through and documented some of the aspects of segregated schools, which is very interesting. We also have oral history collections, histories written by students, books compiled by students, as well as student newspapers, yearbooks, all sorts of things. And they can tell us a lot about history and culture in Loudoun County. So if you have a chance and you want to take a break from hitting the books, come by and visit the library, and we're happy to share these things with you.